Hi guys, it's me Sithanga back again with Learn with Sithanga, and today we're going to be doing some of the algebra simplifying questions from the Edexcel IGCSE Mathematics. Alright, first we have this simplify fully 10x squared plus 23x plus 12 over this. Alright, whenever you come across something like this, what you want to be doing is you have to factorize the numerator as well as the denominator. Alright, to factorize the numerator, what you would be doing is you would be factorizing this quadratic out using your calculator. So if you have a Casio calculator, you can go to mod 5 and 3 and you put on the values. So our quadratic format would be this. We have ax squared plus bx plus c. So simply a is a number in front of x squared, b is number in front of x, and c is the other constant. So now in your calculator for values of a, b and c, what is my a? A is 10, so I pick 10 as a, b is 23 and c is 12, and this gives you answers of minus 4 over 5 when you put in the calculator, minus 4 over 5 and minus 3 over 2. Now I have to figure out the factors of them. From my answers I'm going to figure out the factors, so I'd have two factors and I'm going to figure them out. Alright, first one, minus 4 over 5. We learned in one of the papers that in order to find the factor of this, it would be the denominator with x, so I'd have 5x here, and the opposite sign of the number, I have minus 4, therefore I would be putting plus 4, and you follow the same for the other one, denominator with x, so 2x, and the opposite sign of this, so 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3. And in order to factorize this one, our denominator, what you would be doing is, in order to show you one example, if we had something like x squared minus 9 where there are two square numbers with a minus in between, just as in this case I have two square numbers, 9 is 3 squared and 4x squared is 2x times 2x, which is 2x squared. So even in this case 9 is 3 squared, x squared is x times x, or x squared. So in this case what I would be doing is I have two factors, and first to each factor you put the square root of the first thing. Now what's the square root of x squared? It's x. So what you would be doing is to each factor you put x, right? And then to one you simply put plus, and to the other one you put minus, and then you figure out the square root of the second number. The square root of 9 is 3, therefore I put 3 here and 3 here. So my factors of this are x plus 3 and x minus 3. And in our question here, in order to solve that, I have 4x squared minus 9. So just like as the previous one, I have two factors. What do I put first? I take the square root of the first element. Now I have 4x squared. What's the square root of 4x squared? It's 2x. So I'd put 2x to each of my bracket, 2x and 2x. Alright, and then what do? I put plus to 1 and minus to 1, and then I take the square root of the second number. Now the second number is 9, so square root of 9 is 3 here and 3 here. So my factors of 4x squared minus 9 would be 2x plus 3 and 2x minus 3. And what we can do here is we can cancel the like factors above and below. So as you can see, we have similar factors of, we have 2x plus 3 and 2x plus 3, and when I cancel them I'm left with, on the top I have 5x plus 4, and on the bottom I only have 2x minus 3. This is your final answer. Alright guys, next question we have been given with this, and whenever you come across a question like this, just like the previous one, what we want to be doing is, as we look at this numerator and this denominator, it seems that they can be factorized. So whenever you see a question like this, our main goal should be to factorize whatever that we can and see what we can cancel, right? Now we have a problem whether we deal with the multiplication first or the minus. So our BODMAS rule says that multiplication m comes before subtraction. Therefore, I have to carry out this multiplication step first before going to the minus, right? So what I would be doing is I would be leaving alone the minus 7 over x minus 1 without doing anything to it and simplifying this, right? So I have 1 over 3x minus 2 multiplied by 9x squared minus 4 over 3x squared minus 13x minus 10. I'm just writing the last part here, but we are not doing anything to that, right? Now the first section, the first one, 1 over 3x minus 2, there's nothing we can do about it. We just leave it as it is. And in this 9x squared minus 4, it is two square things with a minus in between, so we can factorize this. So as we learned, what do we put? The square root of 9x squared is 3x, so we put 3x here and here, and then so we have 3x. Why 3x? Because 3x times 3x gives me 9x squared. We put plus to 1 and minus to 1, and to the each of the factors, what do we put? The square root of the other number, square root of 4, which is 2. So I had 3x plus 2 and 3x minus 2 over this quadratic. When you factorize this using your calculator, you get answers of, so my a would be 3, a is 3, b is minus 13, and final c is minus 10. This gives me answers of 5 and minus 2 over 3. So I'll just write it on the corner, 5 and minus 2 over 3. So I'd be having two factors. If it is 5, I would simply put x and minus 5. If it's a positive number, I put the negative sign, and vice versa. For minus 2 over 3, what do? We take the denominator and write it with x, so 3x, and opposite sign of minus 2, which is plus 2. Right now I have to cross cancel factors, whatever the factors that can be cancelled. Minus 7 over x minus 1 just stays there. We've not dealt with it at all. Right, so as you can see here, we can cancel 3x plus 2 with this 3x plus 2, right? And also we can do some cross cancellation here. 3x minus 2 can be cancelled with 3x minus 2. So what am I left with? I'm left with, I have only 1 at the top, right? Both the factors, I have only 1 at the top, and at the bottom I have only x minus 5, 1 over x minus 5. Then comes minus 7 over x. Now we've simplified this big thing over here just to 1 over x minus 5, and it's just a matter of fact of solving this. So I take a common denominator in this case. What's my common denominator? Simply this multiplied by this. So it would be x minus 5, x minus 1. And what would I do to the top? I would cross multiply. So 1 would be multiplied by x minus 1, minus 7 would be multiplied by x minus 5. So I have 1 being multiplied by x minus 1, and I have minus 7 being multiplied by x minus 5. And expanding our numerator, 1 times x, 1 times minus 1, and minus 7 times x, and minus 7 times minus 5. I'm going to be doing that here. 1 times x is x, 1 times minus 1 is minus 1, minus 7 times x is minus 7x, and minus 7 times minus 5 is plus 35. And then I have x minus 5 and x minus 1 as a denominator. So when I simplify the numerator, x minus 7x, 1 minus 7 is minus 6x, and minus 1 plus 35 gives me an answer of 34, plus 34 over x minus 5 and x minus 1. Now as you can see, I can take a common factor out in the numerator. What can be taken out is, we can take out 2. 2 is common to both. So when I take out 2, it gives me minus 3x, because 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, and plus 17. This is over x minus 5 and x minus 1. This is my answer. Alright guys, we've got another one, and in this case, as Bodmas says brackets first, we have to go to simplify the bracket first before carrying out the multiplication. Right, simplifying the one in the bracket. I have 20 over, now instead of writing x squared minus 36, I can directly factorize this. What are the factors we get? Square root of x squared is x, I put it to both, and remember we put plus, minus, and the square root of 36 is 6. 6 here and 6 here, minus 2 over x minus 6, right? So now I'll be simplifying this. What's my common denominator? It's, now we have x minus 6 twice, but we write it only once in the denominator. So I have 1 of x minus 6, and we also have a x plus 6. Let me get rid of this. Wait. Right, so we have x minus 6 and x plus 6, x minus 6 and x plus 6, and then I would be cross multiplying. So 20, I have both of them as the common denominator, so the ones in the common denominator I already have in this part, so I don't have to multiply 20 by anything. I would simply multiply it by 1, so it stays as it is. But as to this part, when comparing this one's denominator with our common denominator, we have one thing missing. It has x minus 6 already, but x plus 6 is there in the common denominator, but in this one it doesn't have. So to make it have that part, I would be multiplying minus 2 by the one it doesn't have, which is x plus 6, right? Now simplifying this, 20 minus 2 times x is minus 2x, minus 2 times 6 is minus 12 over x minus 6 and x plus 6, and this would be 20 minus 12 gives me an answer of 8, and I have 8 minus 2x, 8 minus 2x over x minus 6 and x plus 6, right? And one other thing that we can do here, so I'll take it up here, so we have, well, let me get rid of this. So we have 8 minus 2x, I can take 2 out. So when I take 2 out, I'll be having 4 minus x, right? Because 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 times minus x is minus 2x, and then I'll be having my denominator, which is x minus 6, x minus 6, x plus 6. Now I deal with the multiplication sign. This entire thing is a simplified version of this, right? Then when I put this in, I have multiplied by 1 over 4 minus x, and now what do you see? We can cancel some like factors, so we can cancel 4 minus x and 4 minus x are common, so this 4 minus x cancels with this. Now what do I have at the top? 2 times 1, which is 2, and what do I have at the denominator? X minus 6 and x plus 6. I have x minus 6 and x plus 6, right? This is my final answer. Hope you understood, guys. Thank you for watching.